Hey everyone, the channel just hit 500 subscribers and I wanted to just do a fun, lighthearted video to celebrate. So I saw a few times in various places on social media the question of, out of all of our past presidents, who would be the best at leading the country during our current crisis with the coronavirus pandemic? I spent a small amount of time thinking about it and I came up with a top 5. So here are some of my criteria I thought about when I was considering my list. First, they had to be a great orator. The ability to communicate with the people is so important right now. Next, they had to be intelligent, but also listen and take advice of experts. They needed great organizational skills in order to be able to coordinate the massive bureaucracy of the executive branch into an effective response. And finally, they need to be able to work with Congress, meaning the ability to wheel and deal with representatives and senators, so timely, efficient, and effective bills that help the American people get passed. First, I just wanted to name a few honorable mentions that did not make my top 5. It was hard to keep them off the list, but I ultimately decided they did not make the cut. First is Barack Obama, who has great intelligence and an impressive academic background. He listens to experts, is a great communicator, but the problem with Obama is he was too polarizing. That may not be his own fault, but just the era he was president in. However, if a significant amount of the population cannot stand you, it is difficult to lead everyone in a crisis that needs buy-in from the whole population. A few other honorable mentions include Lyndon Johnson for his ability to work with Congress and George H.W. Bush, that is the elder, for his vast experience in government, which would help coordinate an effective response. A quick disclaimer, before getting into my top 5, we are expecting these individuals will have the knowledge of our modern world. Mostly we are looking at their ability to lead and those qualities you want to see in a president at a time like this. Okay, let's go through the top 5. Number 5, George Washington. Universally admired, can command a room, and is able to control the egos of others around him. Might struggle a little bit with coordination of an effective response, but the people will listen to this man. Number 4, Abraham Lincoln. Incredibly intelligent, great speaker, and knows how to get things through the legislature. I'm sure some will expect him higher on the list, and it would be hard to argue with you, but I think a few others would be slightly better in a few areas. Number 3, Teddy Roosevelt. Coronavirus might be defeated by his energy alone. Teddy excels at communicating with the people. He has exceptional organizational skills to coordinate the executive branch into a cohesive response. This was seen in his time as Assistant Secretary of the Navy. Teddy might struggle a little with Congress. Some might rebuff his brash style, but he would do a phenomenal job. Number 2, Dwight D Eisenhower, the general behind planning D-Day. He is a master at logistics and understands how to get a massive bureaucracy like the US government moving in order to form an effective coordinated response. Not the greatest speaker, but commands respect and his audience attention at the podium. Able to work across party lines and get needed bills passed for an effective response. And my number 1 is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He led America through the Great Depression, was the mastermind behind the New Deal, had a brain trust of experts he listened to, gave fireside chats that reassured and invigorated the public. And oh yeah, he was president for most of World War II, in which he coordinated that massive effort to defeat the Axis powers. Well, there you have my top 5. Comment below on who you think would be the best president for the current crisis. Okay, if you're still with me, I want to do my worst presidents for the pandemic. First would be Warren G. Harding. Look, he was a nice guy, and I think history is too hard on him, but even he considered himself unqualified for the job. Next is James Buchanan. He did very little to prevent the dissolution of our country, and he failed at that crisis. He would probably not do much to coordinate a response to this crisis. And for many, this will come as no surprise, but the worst president for this crisis is... Thank you for watching this subscriber special. Like the video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel for AP exam review and primary source analysis.